That was
Okay. And that was you, Claudia, or was that Eileen?
That was Eileen.
Okay, so we don't know if it's to the Zoom cloud or to this, but let me see.
She just did it through here, so it would be on the Zoom. It's all being recorded to the same place, whether I do it or whoever pressed it, it's going to the same place.
There's an option for local recording to back up, but I think we'll be okay because Eileen is really good. And let's get started. So welcome everybody. Happy New Year, everybody. So good to see all of you today. And we're going to journey home to nature to start our new year. And of course, we're going to do that in our usual way of calling in our ancestors with this song from Maladom Some that you're very welcome to join in. Parasamane, 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 oh, parasamane, oh, paramamane, 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 oh, paramamane, oh, parasamane, 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 oh, parasamane, oh, paramamane, 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 oh, paramamane, oh. And we make it a sacred place as we call in all of our ancestors and the land and the water basin around us after we sing this song with the thunder beat. Wakantanga Topakea Cheakilo Hey Wakantanga Topakea Cheakilo Hey Midakieo Wanikdaja Topakea Che Wakilo Tonga Shela Topakea Che Wakilo Tonga Shela Topakea Che Wakilo Hey Mitakieo Wanikdaja Topakea Che Wakilo Wakantanga Topakea Che Wakilo Wakantanga Topakea Che Wakilo Midakieo Wanikdaja Topakea Che Wakilo Tonga Shela Topakea Che Wakilo Tonga Shela Topakea Thunders are our ancestors also. Stones are our ancestors. The water, this mountain that I live on, our sacred mountain Adagul. I am Galigia Coesque, dancing heron dances with death, call me Gail. In my ancestral Selagi homeland, in the river basin Wayumi Ganaita, the long man whose head is in the mountain and his feet are in the sea. And his name of the mountain is Adagul, which means helping many people. And we are the people who resisted both the removal on the Trail of Tears and the reservation the federal government calls Cherokee. We resisted by hiding in these mountains, and they take care of us. And this is a big part of what I want to share in our journey home to nature today. And we journey home to nature because Carl Jung says we experience the numinous as the power of nature to heal the human soul. So we're here to help everyone in the collective heal our human soul. On this day and every day that we gather in spiritual community like this, we are able to introduce people to the numinous, which brings meaning into our life. And so we want to start today asking each of you to very quickly, like the water flows over the waterfall, just tell us your name, the river basin, and the land that you are on today. And I'll call on you to help you get started with that energy of the waterfall so that it flows very quickly. Eileen, will you begin, please?
I sure will. I'm Eileen Smoke. I'm in the Pacific Northwest corner of Washington State in the Skagit River watershed, near where it goes into the Salish Sea. Salish Sea is home of many orcapods. It's also, this land is the home of the Skagit, the Upper Skagit, the Lummi, the Nooksack, the Swinomish, the Stillaguamish, the Snohomish, many, many tribes, ancestors, and ones that still live here. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. Yelcha, will you tell us who you are and where you are, please? In your river.
I am sorry, I'm Yelcha and I'm in London. And this is a place of many nationalities, and it is a wonderful melting pot of cultures. My river is the Thames, and I love the river specifically as it flows all the way to my motherland and connects with the North Sea, because I was born in the Netherlands, in Groningen, and that is where I discovered nature and how restoring it is. So yes, thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you, Yelcha. Robert, will you presence yourself, please, with your river and your land?
Excuse me. The Lipsick River, which runs into the Delaware Bay, and along Bombay Hook, where Xavier and I, my wolf dog, were walking this afternoon at one of the headwaters. But it's land of the Lenni Lenape.
Thank you, Robert. Michelle, will you present yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Michelle Germain. I'm in Tampa, Florida, right at the top of the Tampa Bay on Sweetwater Creek. This is the Hillsborough River water basin, and this is the home of the unconquered Seminoles and the Tocobaga Indians.
Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Molly, will you presence yourself, please?
Mali joining you from South London, UK, and the nearest body of water is River Thames. Unlike Yelche, who lives in the north of the river, we are on the south of the river. Thank you.
Thank you, Molly. Gabri, will you present yourself, please?
You're muted, Gabri.
Am I on mute?
Now we can hear you.
Hi, this is Gabriele Gabri, and I'm in London, not far from Mali. In fact, I'm in the other room. So my body of water is the Thames, and but also I am closer to Planet Utopia, which is the studio next door. And that's where I create most of the music when I collaborating with Gail and my own thing. So that's where I am.
Thank you, Gabri, for the music and for presencing yourself and for being here with us today. And I think we have another person from London, Louise. Do you want to speak and present yourself? Oops, you're muted. You're beautiful. You want to unmute.
Sorry, I'm Louise. I'm although I'm from the southeast of England, I don't really identify with London. But what I do love is that I live on the Chalk Downs, and that the chalk streams are really rare in the world, and I live right within the catchment of a very rare chalk stream, which is a tributary of the River Ouse.
Thank you, Louise. I'm glad you're bringing that river basin to join us today in this way, where we join with all of nature around us. Claudia, will you present yourself, please?
Hello, great to be here. I'm just going to keep my camera off so I'm not so choppy. We're having a little bit of a gust of wind going by, disrupting my cables. So I'm Claudia Valdes. Also go by Ishbalam Kame. I am located here in Ontario, Canada. And my beautiful watershed, I've got the lovely Red Hill Valley Creek here that flows into the Great Lake, Ontario. And I'm situated upon the traditional territories of the Erie, the Neutral, the Huron-Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and Mississaugas. This land is covered by the Dish with the One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant. And basically it's agreement between the Haudenosaunee and the Anishinaabe to care for the resources around the Great Lakes, because all of the Great Lakes feed into the Great Lake Ontario here. And in this area, we also further acknowledge that this land is also covered by between the Lakes Purchase of 1792, between the Crown and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. So right where I am, there are many Indigenous people from across Turtle Island, and just grateful to be here with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Anna, will you present yourself, please?
Yes, well, thank you, Gail, for the invitation. And I'm in the San Francisco Bay area, near the San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. But I just wanted to honor and mention the river from my childhood that I know best, which is the Bronx River in the Bronx. And that, I believe, is in traditional Lenape territory.
Thank you, Anna. That's sweet. That's a beautiful thing to do. And Susan, will you present yourself, please?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, are there two
Oh, yeah,
Susan?
you
Oh,
can.
I'm gonna mute. No, Susan.
You can go. No problem. Please go.
Okay, I'll go quick. This is, I don't know who you were calling on, Gail. I thought you said Susan, but you might have said
And it's
Susan.
you. Yeah, keep
Okay.
going.
I'm in Virginia. My name's Susan. I'm in Central Virginia. It's a beautiful day. I have the heat off and the door open. And it rained yesterday. So all the creeks in the ground are very saturated. And I live on Hickory Creek, and it flows to the Rockfish River, and that flows to the James River and the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic. And this, I know the Monacan Indian Nation is still here in this area, and probably likely other groups also. And that's all I have. So thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad I found the meeting. So
Thank you, Susan.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And now, Suzanne, will you present yourself? And welcome, Katerina. You're here just in time. Suzanne, if you'll present yourself quickly, then we'll go to Katerina.
Yeah, Suzanne, Suzanne from Switzerland. My name is Sherry's Royce in Lucerne. I'm located in Switzerland, where 11 Celtic tribes founded Switzerland. And yeah, I'm living in a small village here. Glad to be here. Yeah, glad to be here. Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Suzanne. Thank you. And Katerina, will you present yourself, please?
Yes, this is Katerina Giskus from the river Vechte and the Amstel in the lower lands. And very happy to be here. I don't know for how long, because our house is full. In this room, Ukrainian boy is living at the moment, and maybe I have to jump out later because I have to move. But I try to be as long here as possible.
Good, good. Thank you, Katerina. And that's fine. Whatever you need to do. Also, invite them to dance with you if you want to. You're welcome to bring the whole household into the dance if you'd like to. And we're going to be very interactive today. We're going to ask for 3 rounds of sharing, and we're going to try to keep our sharing to 2 minutes so that we all have a chance to share. There's 13 of us, that's 26 minutes times 3. That's all the time we have. So that doesn't leave us time to dance. So we're going to have to share really, really quickly, and share only if you want to. Always, it's whatever you're comfortable with. Our first round is going to be poetry and inspiration to journey home to nature. And I'm going to start by example to give you a feeling for what 2 minutes is. And I've asked Claudia if she can time and shake a stick or wave her hand and give us a little 2 minute. Alex, she's got something there to help us. And Molly's going to help us too to recognize the 2 minutes. So I'm going to read my poetry to the forest quickly and give you a feel by example what 2 minutes is. Red, yellow, then gold. Old trees are bare in their soul, dancing life's winter. Visit with the trees in the forest. Share your many names with them as they share theirs with you. Speak of common roots reaching around the world. Of lightning strikes both survived. The wisdom they hold may now be told. Sing with their leaves in the gentle rustling winds as branches become violins. Snuggle spine to spine with toes digging into sweet earth, reaching mysteries shrouded by roots held close to hearts. Nature dreams of humans returning to kindness. Can the value of beauty ever again exceed the value of money? Beauty that is naturally flowing with impermanence, creating presence in its path. Beauty of depth and meaning, beauty of balance at the edge of opposites. Beauty felt fully in a soulful glimpse of reconciliation. Beauty beyond thoughts of words. beauty as a gasp of clear air, consciously drawn deeper to fill our emptiness. Go sit under a white pine and reach down into the earth with your spine and your feet. Tap into its tap roots and reach up into the sky as high as you can stretch and grab hold with your longest fingers to the nothingness of everything you can touch. Set aside body and mind. Search to soul and nurture your spirit with anything you may want to take along on your journey to forever. So whoever's ready, just flow like the waterfall.
I'll go next. Don't you dare teach my daughter to be afraid of the forest. This is how you have created the fear of the search within. I never want my daughter to limit her journey to bright, open places, places that are easy to touch and see. Because I have learned that sometimes the truth of who we are lies in shadows and damp places where mushrooms grow and plants reach out sideways and downways and new ways, haphazardly searching for sun. It is my own journey that taught me this, and that women come into this world with a forest, ancient, jagged, and wise. A forest nestled deep inside her soul. So you can try to scare my daughter out of the forest, but I'm going to tell her about her ability to lay roots and to respect the roots of others. That these are her veins, her connection to love, to the divine, her roots back to herself. I'm going to teach her that her heart roots ground her, that green is the color of love. My daughter will know that things are allowed to birth and grow wild inside her soul forest, ideas, thoughts, secrets, intuitions, but that they may die in winter when they have broken free and had their day in the sun. She will understand that the soul forest has many shady paths upon which the light may glimmer and shimmer and play tricks, but that to experience going the wrong way once in a while is but a moment in time once she gets started on the right way. She will realize that the moon will always lead her back home. I will teach my daughter her soul forest is there for her to retreat to, that she will find true abundance, true nourishment, and true peace, and that it holds the mystery to the meaning of life. The shadows are there to make the journey to uncovering that mystery all the more exciting. If the time ever comes when my daughter should feel that life has worn her down, I will show her that in the soul forest, there is always life teeming under the surface, like an owl stalking a mouse in the moonlight. Some part of her somewhere is always awake and bustling peacefully in the silence, alert, watching, waiting. So don't you dare teach my daughter to fear the forest. You know those stories that speak of the wolf in the wood? I will teach my daughter that she is the wolf, free. Let's see, I lost it. Free, primal, and connected to the moon. And you know those wicked witches in crooked cottages hidden behind dark oaks? I will let my daughter know that she is the witch. She is the wise woman who lives in her own soul forest. I will tell her that the witch is the crone, her elder, her wisdom, the dark moon in all her glory. There is no dark mystery that you can scare my daughter with, because I am going to teach her that she is at the heart of that mystery, that her divine feminine power is the great, got a little tiny bit more, greatest mystery of all those that don't understand it. We will not be scared of connecting with our innate power, and we are rising to howl no more. So don't you dare teach our daughters to fear the forest no more. T.Y. Chambers.
Thank you, Eileen. I love that. I just love that. And welcome, Mila. Are you ready to present yourself And Isla, if she's with you. Oh, beautiful. It's so sweet to see both of you today.
Hi. It's so good to see you all and to be in the presence of those with the camera off, but we can feel. And we are right by our very sacred, very incredible watershed. We're right by Cobbs Creek Park, where we always come to pay our respects, to ask for permission, and especially at this time of year that Isla was born here in the States, so maybe her physical body is already adjusting to both being in the north and being in the southern hemisphere, but my body is still craving for summer solstice at this time of year. And so yeah, they're playing. We can go right by the cedar tree. So it's important for me to honor the sacred silence and these sacred dances. So we have been in communion with the trees here, and I would like to share them with you. These beautiful ancient beings, the cedar trees, and there's some pine trees over there. And what we have been doing for the past weeks, we have been coming here and singing and dancing and praying with the trees and with the water when we can get to the water, but most of it is frozen now. And I think it's important not just for us to honor the indigenous peoples of this land, the Lenni Lenape, but for ourselves as well, like I was saying, for our own bodies and our own spiritual bodies as well. And my ancestors have been sending me some messages for dances, and we have been following. And yesterday we had a beautiful day here. We respectfully harvested some resin from the cedar trees and the pine tree, and we'll be making some medicine this week. And still in the light, we're still doing a lot of work in the light of the solstice, and there's a big prayer that I have been doing that I feel like will come to completion in a certain way by the full moon. So at least until the 6th. So I'm very grateful that we're here. It's a little bit noisy because there's some cars up the road, but Isla is also interacting with some children, which I think is always a beautiful dance because she really wants to get close to children, doesn't matter how old they are. And sometimes she just does this, she just stands there and waits for them to come to her. So she's also walking up to her courage and her sense of being with others. And so we're very grateful to be here. Thank you, Gail. Thanks so much. Really missed you. Really missed the dances.
Good. Yes, we're so glad you're here. And that's beautiful inspiration. We're in the first round of sharing inspiration. You missed a few poems. But everybody's just gonna keep sharing. Is that a rainbow sitting by me? Does anybody else see a rainbow who just came and sat down beside me? I have no idea what that is or what's going on with that, but rainbows are always welcome. I love them. I don't know how I got in the house, but here we are sitting with rainbows. So if anybody else has poetry, I know a couple more of you have some words to share. So just keep flowing like the waterfall.
I remember well the moonlit night, dancing with my granddaughter on the grass. The trees are whispering to us. The wind is caressing our skin. How bliss, how bliss, how bliss, how happy we are. Thank you.
I'll pick up and share. This is actually advice from Maria Sabina. She's a Mexican healer and poet. And it says, heal yourself with the light of the sun and the rays of the moon, with the sound of the river and the waterfall, with the swaying of the sea and the fluttering of birds. Heal yourself with mint, neem, and eucalyptus. Sweeten with lavender, rosemary, and chamomile. Hug yourself with the cacao bean and a hint of cinnamon. Put love in tea instead of sugar and drink it looking at the stars. Heal yourself with the kisses that the wind gives you and the hugs of the rain. Stand strong with your bare feet on the ground and with everything that comes from it. Be smarter every day by listening to your intuition, looking at the world with your forehead. Jump, dance, sing, so that you live happier. Heal yourself with beautiful love and always remember, you are the medicine.
Mm.
That's wonderful. Can I also share? I like to share from Mitake Oyasin book, The Star Constellation of the White Buffalo. I'm not sure if you can see that. There, the Pleiades are on the head, the white buffalo. The Pleiades here. And Orion belt is here around. Sirius is on the tail. Let me see if and on that, I like to recite from the White Buffalo teachings. When we say Mitakwe o Yasin, many people don't understand the meaning of these words. The phrase Mitakwe o Yasin, all our relations, has a bigger meaning than just our blood relatives. Mitake o Yasin means more than our family, more than our nation, more than all of humankind. Our Mother Earth herself, Makaunchi, is our relation, and so is Grandfather Sky. And so are each of one of the two-leggeds, the four-leggeds, those who swim, those that fly, the root nation, the crawling beings who share the world with us. Mitake o Yasin refers to the interconnectedness of all beings and all things. We are all interconnected. We are all one.
I'd like to share something from Black Elk's Great Vision from Black Elk Speaks. And while I stood there, pardon me, then I was standing on the highest mountain of them all, and round about beneath me was the whole hoop of the world. And I stood there, and while I stood there, I saw more than I can tell, and I understood more than I saw. For I was seeing in a sacred manner the shapes of all things in the spirit, and the shape of all shapes, as they must live together like one being. And I saw that the sacred hoop of my people was one of many hoops that made one circle, wide as daylight and as starlight. And in the center grew one mighty flowering tree to shelter all the children of one mother and one father. And I saw that it was holy.
Mm. Thank you, Robert. And welcome
I'll share. Oh, I'll mute.
Excuse me, Susan. Welcome, Tony Two Cats. Would you like to present yourself very quickly?
You're still muted, Tony.
Okay, what did you say?
Would you like to just present yourself and tell us where you are?
Oh, okay. I am, my nickname is Tony Two Cats. I'm in Denver, Colorado. And I'm part of the whole Morning Fire community. All relations Morning Fire.
Yes, welcome. We're happy to have you with us today.
Thank you.
So we've got a little more time for sharing. If anybody has quick
I'll share if
inspiration.
that's okay.
Okay.
I have a poem about otter by Liz Brownlee. It's not long. There's an ottery dash, a lolloping flash, a plop and a splash. The little river thief flows like water beneath with a flash of sharp teeth. Under ripples a glimmer, the light bends and shimmers, the sinuous swimmer. Winds hither and thither, mud whirlpools a glitter, with fish all a skitter. There's no hope he's missing, despite their resisting his spirals and twisting. For his whiskered clip ends a sleek and a drip, with a shake and a flip. And the quicksilver whiz of bubbles and fizz has his watery wish, a mouthful of fish. And there's just a little blurb. Otters face increasing threats, including habitat destruction for human development, unwarranted persecution by fisheries and gamekeepers, injuries and death in fishing nets near the sea, pesticides and pollution. However, numbers have made a comeback and they're returning to rivers that are managed to support a healthy level of fish stocks and wildlife. So a lot more people are seeing otters, so keep your eye out. There might be an otter near you. I'm complete.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah. Any more poetry that's quick that we want to share?
Yes, I would like to share a poem from the Old Frisian people. They are from our lands, the original people. It will be part of it in Frisian and then in English. It's the song of the forest. Mooi zonder weerga binnen de walden, smuks katzint, bitte green oral vitrun. Blier leisend bolan tierige grieden, sjongende vögels, sah nicht die grün. Sjongende vögels, sah nicht die grün. Mooi zonder wiege binnen die wilden, smuks katzint, beamte green, oral in drun. Oral in drun, oral in drun, oral in drun. The woods are beautiful without equal. The pleasant shade of the lush trees is all around. Merrily laughing farmland, hardly great grassland, singing birds, sandy ground. Singing birds, sandy ground. The woods are beautiful without equal. The pleasant shade of the lush trees is all around, around, all around. Ayer.
Beautiful, Katarina. I love hearing the old languages. Very sweet. Thank you so much. And are we ready to go on to our second round? Or is there anything that somebody else wants to share quickly?
I might share really quickly, Gail. Just one really quick quote from Robin Wall Kimmerer. And it quote goes like this: I want to stand by the river in my finest dress. I want to sing strong and hard and stomp my feet with hundreds others, so that the waters hum with our happiness. I want to dance for the renewal of the world. Thank you.
Oh, beautiful, Molly. Yes, that's what we're doing today. Yes. Yes. So we want to go really quickly with our next round. So we have our 12 minutes to dance and then share our experiences of the dance and our practices and traditions that connect us with nature after we dance, but quickly in our second round, we're going to share experiences so that you can feel the difference in a direct experience of nature. And I'm going to lead by example, going as quickly as I can, and invite you again to flow like the waterfall. And Claudia and Molly will help you with the 2 minutes again. That's the maximum. Yeah, we'll just try to save room for our dance and might run a little over. We'll do the best we can with this thing we call time. So I want to share my experience when I first bought the land on this mountain. I came up here and the forest was so thick that I could only walk in along the stream on the paths of the animals. And as I did that, I became really close to the stones, these beautiful big stones, and I began to play with them and move them around and make little ponds and little gardens and putting them where I wanted them. And some days I would spend the entire day just covered in mud. Sometimes I would watch the sunset and experience the twilight, which was almost unbearably magical. But I noticed all too often there was this feeling that would stand me up right about dusk, just before the sunset. And I would stand up and I would look all around because it was a little bit spooky. And then I would get scared and I would go home. So this went on for the entire summer. And at the end of the summer, I had made my gardens and I was standing on my favorite stone. I had a little pond and I was reaching out there and I was fluffing up this little papyrus plant because it kept falling over under the water. So I was sticking my hands in the water and I was fluffing right in front of my feet. And all of a sudden I felt that feeling again and I stood up. And as I stood up, I went flying backwards. And I looked down at my feet because I didn't know what they were doing. And as I looked down at my feet, I saw this mother copperhead come out from under the rock that I had been standing on, flipping my fingers right in front of her face and her babies. And she all along had been teaching me to listen with my whole body and showing me that she could move me in ways that I could not imagine. And that is my magical experience in nature. And she was so beautiful with that shiny, wet head and a little bit of a patient look on her face, which is uncommon for the copperheads. They've continued to teach me, and Grandmother Ravenhill has continued, she picked up that teaching of learning to listen, and I want to encourage all of you to learn to listen to nature in those ways and share with us any magical experiences like that you have direct experience with nature and magic. Okay, and let's go really quickly so we'll have plenty of time to dance and share again.
I've got something I'd like to share really quickly. Years ago, in the late 70s, I went to a anti-nuke demonstration at a nuclear weapons plant here by Denver called Rocky Flats. And the weather was absolutely horrible. We got up there and it was just like it was about ready to rain. If you would have had a teaspoon and stuck it out in front of you, it would have filled with liquid, I'm sure. Anyway, we got in front of the stage and one of the local people, a Lakota Sioux medicine man named Wallace Blackout, came out on stage and started saying a Lakota prayer to open a meeting. And as he did, the whole thing lasted about 5 minutes. And about 2.5 minutes in, about a minute into it, there started to be a little donut hole up above in the sky. And it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And in about 3 minutes, the light shined down through that donut hole right to where Wallace was standing on the stage. It was just absolutely unbelievable. The event continued and it lasted for about 2.5, 3 hours. And the sky opened up and it was nothing but clear blue sky above us. And all around us, there were storms all around us on the storm wall. It was just, you could see lightning and I thought I saw a tornado, but they weren't there with us, okay? That's pretty impressive. Well, when the event came to an end, Wallace came out and said a closing prayer. And the same thing happened in reverse. as he was saying this closing prayer, the donut hole got smaller and smaller and smaller. And just right at the perfect moment, the light shined right down on the stage, right on him. And then it closed up. And about 10 minutes later, it was raining so hard I couldn't stand up. Seeing is believing.
Yes, thank you, Tony. That's beautiful. We will sing our gratitude song, Grandma Grace's thank you song, since you brought Grandpa Wallace in to be with us today. Thank you so much for that.
My magic moment in nature was one evening I was going to swim in the North Sea with my dear friend. And as we entered the water, a little seal came swimming towards us. Now, seals are quite rare in the North Sea, where I usually go. And it was such a magical moment. And she came closer and closer, and she just wanted to play with us. And it was magic. I'm complete. Thank you.
Sweet.
When my brother passed away, he was in an airplane crash in Alaska, and we went up to go to his service. And my sister-in-law took us on a little tour to see. I mean, we saw this much of Alaska, but we went up to this lodge that had a big, huge picture window. And out the window was supposed to be Mount McKinley, but it was cloudy and it had been rainy and there was no Mount McKinley. And we were standing by that big fireplace. All of a sudden, the clouds parted and there was Mount McKinley and a Cessna. I don't know if I could tell this or not. A Cessna was doing touch and goes in the field below the mountain. And it was like Bill came to say hello. I am complete. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Dr.
Eileen.
Johansson.
Very sweet and beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Any more experiences to share before we dance? We're about ready to dance. We're at our 1 hour mark.
I'll quickly share. My magical moments occurred every weekend when I was a child in the Bronx, which was a very dense urban environment at the time, a dangerous environment. And we would walk to the Bronx Park and walk along the Bronx River. And what I didn't know then was that this was maybe the only remaining old growth forest in New York. And walking along that river, the city vanishes completely, which New York has a lot of energy and a strong presence. But when you're by that river, the city vanishes and you're in the forest. And I recently had the experience to return to that path and to the river and discover that while it was polluted back in the day, it's since been cleaned up and it's glorious. So that was my magic as a child.
That's great. Thank you, Anna. Beautiful. Okay, are we ready to dance? Okay, let's talk a little bit about our dance with nature today. Our hand movements will go through very, very quickly, and then Molly's going to share the music for us. And we enter the forest we always begin our dances with our open arms, welcoming what comes. And then as we enter the forest, we blow kisses to everything we see, and we bring back these memories. We bring back these stories, these images that come to us, and we blow kisses to them. And then we reach out again to the things that call to us, to the mountains, to the trees, and we bring them to our heart. And we continue to blow kisses and to bring things into our heart in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the dance. And then we begin to climb. We want to to go into the trees and climb up into the trees. We're actually climbing to our highest and best. So we want to reach up and take the limb and then climb to the limb. Yeah, that's it, Eileen. Just climb with the trees to our highest and best so that we can be with them in that energy for the next 2 or 3 minutes. And then we want to feel the energy of everything around us. Just turn our palms into antennae. And when we put our palms together, we can feel the heat, feel the life force, feel the energy. And we want to send that out to everything around us. And we just want to get used to feeling the energy of the forest, the energy of nature, of all these beautiful things that come to us. We want to feel them with our bodies, with our senses, with our hands, and just dance with this energy coming in through our palms. Okay? And then in the summer twilight, we see the fireflies and we flicker with the fireflies. And of course, Salagi people, we came from the stars. And so we also reach back to our ancestors of the stars with this movement with our hands. And in the winter, the fire flickers as it warms us. So we want to connect with all the flickers with our hands doing this movement. And of course, you want to dance your dance. However you dance, it's beautiful, it's perfect. We become one in ritual, fully embodied in the symbolism when we do the same thing with our hands. And you'll find me pinned in the top left. Claudia's going to pin us and spotlight us, and she'll bring everyone else in and out of the room. If you lose your place or you need inspiration, just come back to the top left corner, and I'll be there going through the motions, and hopefully Molly will be beside me. Anybody who's Michelle's real familiar, anybody who just dance your dance. And Gabri's going to tell us a little bit about the music before we go into the dance, because we have a very special musician interaction with the cicadas, the crickets, those Italian crickets that Gabri ran into, and he's going to tell us about the music that we're going to be hearing as we get ready and go into our dance.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Well, I would like to speak in honor of Mother Earth and to all the green things that grow, and all the four-legged creatures and all the winged creatures and all the relatives who crawl and swim and alive within the earth. I also honor the crickets in this music. Crickets is their love and happiness in our life. The crickets' long antennas are symbols of intuition and sensitivity and connection to the spirit world and enlightenment. And the spirit's animal helps us to connect to the divine, heightening your senses and touching you to believe in your instinct and spiritual guidance, because they live in the grass, but they have long antennas. The crickets is an emblem of groundedness and spirituality, and create a beautiful balance in between those realms. And so, honor to the cricket, they are in this collaboration with Gail, so they are in the background. Our crickets also are incredible. Slow them down. There are some experiments being done, and I'd like to share that with you. I send you some link later on, but they sounds really angelical. Slow them down about 800 times. So like, yeah. So
That's beautiful. Thank you, Gabri. This is beautiful music that we get to dance to today. And so Molly's going to mute everyone, and then she's going to play the music, and we're going to dance and share our experience of the dance afterwards. So let's dance. We gather in circles so all are equals. In this dance, we set the circle free to spiral. Curvature is spiral, rotating on axis, increasing distance from center and concentric rings.
Sorry, Molly, that's not the right song.
Spirits on the fire. Sorry, that's the spiral dance. Do you have the nature dance, the journey home to nature?
Apologies, I'm doing it now.
It's okay. Great. Thank you. In the darkest hour preceding dawn, we gather the symbols and images from the dream world and invite our soul to guide us in each moment, connecting to eternity. As sun rises over sacred mountains and our moon sets, we enter the forest with kisses greeting all of the luminous healing spirits. We begin this dance blowing kisses to sky, sun rays, dewdrops on spider webs, and moist earth beneath our feet. Blow kisses of gratitude and connection to all around us for 1 more minute, please. The birds begin their song at dawn, and we add our voice to the grateful chorus around us, swaying with the winds of change and sending heartfelt energy to join the ethers moving through us, reaching out to ancestors, the eldest being stones who have been here from the beginning, have done their work and can help with ours. We learn to listen deeply within the marrow of our bones. Each sunrise acknowledges renewal, radiating all around us. May we cleanse and clear as we merge the waters everywhere with all that flows within us. Dance with the winds of change and reach out to all for 2 minutes now. trees as we climb to our highest and best. Their rooted, yielding example beckons our bodies to loosen the grips we cling to and relax into the truest trust, with the mother archetype providing just what we need, just when we need it. The pre-verbal knowing that sustains new life and all life. Climb to our best for 2 minutes now. Open fully in the path of the sun as we acknowledge our own gifts in their times to shine within community. Peak fruition of the full flavors that call to the animal helpers. In this fourth world, as they prepare us to step fully into humane actions, relaxed palms turn like antenna, perceiving and blossoming into receiving nature's abundance within balance. Thunders feed new life in spring. Falling leaves return nourishment to our seeds in the soil, just like we share our experiences in the fall of our lives. And snow blankets and snuggles Grandmother Earth in winter. Feel the energy around us through our palms for another minute, please. Twilight mysteries bring the magic of the stars back to us, and fireflies flicker, lighting untruths that lead to momentary truths within this universe. Cycles of sweet moonlight teach us appropriate choice in place and time for the actions of the fires fully felt within our heart. Nature heals us within the mystical numinous majesty of the fullness of life. We transition again and again back into the restful night for the guidance from our soulful connection to eternity. Oh, sweet. Thank you all. Yes, Molly's still flickering. Thank you all so much. Feel your energy. Feel your transformation. Look at your smile. Look at your eyes. Look at your transformation. Oh, it's so beautiful. When we move together in community like this, you'll see that it's a little different than when we dance by ourselves. It is so full and so connected and so alive. And I'm so grateful to all of you for joining in this beautiful way. And I would love to just give you a minute to take a drink or take a breath or take whatever you need and share whenever you're ready. Share your experience of the dance. Whenever you're ready, just flow like the waterfall again.
Oh, it was truly transfer. Oh, sorry, Gloria, you go. Go on.
Thank you. I was going to sit there and say, since I wasn't dancing, I'd let everybody take a breather. I was doing the spotlighting, so I had a very different place or reaction, I think. It was interesting because I was trying to move with the chair, but then I was seeing everybody else move, and I really wanted to get the spotlights in. And it was so beautiful to see Camilla out in nature with her baby. Like, it was just so sweet.
Yeah.
And it was so real, and it added to it. So thank you so much. And it was just watching everybody move and in that energy. It was just really beautiful the way I was able to interact with the energy and with all of you, kind of as I was like playing with the spotlight and stuff. It was so beautiful. So thank you so much for sharing with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. Yelcha.
Yeah, I would love to share. It was the most amazing experience, very transformational, it gave me a lot of peace and gratitude for the connection I have with nature and how nature always sustains and feeds me. You know, but I'm extremely tired because I've had a very hectic time, and I just want to thank you all, and it's just been amazing, Gail. So bless you all and lots of love. I am going to retire. God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Yelcha. Good dreams.
Okay, thanks. Now, where do I go? There. No.
Just open up your mic and share.
Okay, I'll share. I've noticed even the hearts are flickering at the moment. I'm not sure if they've done that ever before, but they do now. And yeah, it just feels so grateful to be here with you all, and what a feeling complete blessing to be able to start this new year in this really beautiful space with such a beautiful soul. So really so amazing to be here, flickering the magic and to each other and kind of sparkling this new way in between us, connecting through the sparkles and through the energy of the crickets, and feels like we all grown a little antennas and we can just communicate with each other through the sparkles. So thank you so much, Gail, for holding us in this beautiful basket, and to everyone in here, apologies for the little glitch. I'm gonna try to make it better next time. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I also just want to thank everyone. It was just lovely. It's always so surprising to me that something just kind of takes over and it feels like it's bigger than you, and you know that it's more than you. And it's like for me, out in nature is it, there's just nothing that really surpasses it. And this somehow, I don't really understand the magic of it, but it kind of captures that same magical alchemical kind of feeling of being out in that in nature when the magic happens. And I don't know, just thank you. It's really so lovely on the first day of the year. Like you said, Cabri, the music is just beautiful. And I love knowing now about the crickets. I wore my dragonflies from the same family, you know. They don't have any color here, but they had color in the energetic, you know, dance with all of you wonderful souls. Thank you.
Yeah.
I just want to say it was magical, and I had to like sit down at one point because I felt very not grounded. I was just like, woo, when in the tree, it's like I had to get out of the tree and sit down. But it was really great, and it definitely, I want to say thanks, Gail, and everyone, and just feels very magical, like some portal open. So magical. Thank you.
It was magical. And Gail in the sun, all the rainbows and the rays at all around her, just, it was awesome. And then with Mila and Isla dancing and reaching and sparkling. Oh, yes, magical. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen. I didn't know I was rainbowing. Thank you. I can make anything a verb in our verb-based language.
I also felt the magic and the magic of the movements and the gesture and the space here that Gail has created. All of you is very powerful in a wonderful way to start the year. And I came with a little trepidation because this is the first time I've moved, danced since an injury a year ago. So, but I feel so enlivened, and yeah, so thank you.
Oh, it's beautiful, Anna. We're so glad you're here.
Thank you.
I think Isla is ready to share. She has been patiently waiting, and I said, when everybody speaks, then we can talk, and you can go press the button. And she came. I'm still. Let's sit down. Can you hear me from far here?
Yeah.
I'm still feeling very. I think some people say that happiness and peace is different, right? But I beg to differ, because I feel like there is a space in healing that we can feel both at peace and euphoric at the same time, in a certain way. And I feel like it is different when we dance with ourselves, or at least me and Isla together, and when we share in community like this, then there's that strength, the same strength of peace and happiness at the same time. And as you asked the question about a magic moment in nature, many things came to mind. And before, I wanted to share about the one vision I had before I got pregnant of Isla, and it was a connection with a tree where I was lying down under, and I saw a flower opening, and it was my womb, and I saw her, I saw her face, her traces, everything. When she was born, I knew it. And but then, as I was thinking about that story, she started to walk towards the sun, and then she found this trail, because at the park where we are, there's many, but I wasn't exactly sure where they were. And she found it, and we walked, and we found a spot. But I also want to show that we're right by the water. And so we were looking at yes, we're by the water. Yeah, and we were looking at the sun and dancing with all of the elements, right? Would you like to say something, Isla? Yeah, were you saying thank you? After everybody said thank you, she replied thank you as well.
Oh, sweet, Isla. That's sweet. I know you love the water, sweet baby.
Yeah, go ahead, fala. Mamãe traduz se você falar em português. Pode falar qualquer língua que você quiser. You want to speak? Go ahead. Say something. What would you like to share?
Maybe come.
Oh, I love you so much too. You want to say I love you so much to everybody? Yes. Then say thank you very much as well. Oh, I think we're getting disconnected. My phone is dying.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I see the shutting down.
Oh. Hmm. Okay, does anyone else want to share quickly? We're at our time point, but we can go a little more if anyone has something they want to share of your experience, and then we'll sing our gratitude song from Grandma Grace Black Elk and close for the day.
Yes, I would like to share the dance after the song of the woods. It was really like walking into the woods of this land from very, very long time ago. The water and the woods. So this was really, really great to experience that. And it's like when the birds came, it was like walking with wings.
Oh.
And the hands were talking the language. And it was very beautiful and very beautiful way to connect to the old wisdom of this land. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Katarina. Beautiful. I know Gabri appreciates that feeling as he created it for us.
Well, I appreciated being part of the collective vibration. And as these things go, I do live in a city, but I have a absolutely spectacular view of the Front Range of the Colorado Rockies, all the way from Mount Evans, which is being renamed to Mount Blue Sky, down to Pikes Peak, which his original name was Tava. And I spent 50 years basically in Colorado, just all over the state, going here and going there. I've been all up and down the Front Range all kinds of times and ways. And my vision isn't very good now, but the memories are still strong. And it was really a joy trying to feed some of that into the collective vibration. And I was reminded, for some reason, I was reminded of a time I spent a couple of weeks by myself, just in the wilderness, hadn't seen anybody. And all of a sudden I had this really strange feeling that something was watching me. And I thought about it for a while, and I thought about it for a while, and I thought about it for a while. And what it turned out to be in my mind was that I'd been in the wilderness long enough to where I'd managed to merge with nature. And I was watching myself. Anyway, thanks everybody.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, that's beautiful to share. Thank you so much. Anyone else quickly before we sing our gratitude?
Suzanne has got a hand up.
Just unmute and speak. We don't need to raise hands.
Okay. Yeah, put it down then. That was magical for me. Thank you so much. I'm speechless. I have to digest a little bit and walk. After that was I cannot explain that, but it was really wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Suzanne. Okay, last call for words before we sing our gratitude. Sing us out. It's been such a joy to be here, and I want to thank Molly for her hard work in setting us up in 7 days of rest, and Jan and Shelley for making us a part of this event, and I want to thank Claudia for beautiful spotlighting and backup tech help, and Eileen too, and all of you for being here in such a beautiful way. I'm so grateful. always thanking Gabri for the music, for collaborating with me, and the challenging shamanic drumming that I send him, and he turns it into such beautiful, magical moments of music that we share in this way. And we will keep doing this on the first of each month. So please continue to join us. Same Zoom room, same everything, different song, different dance. Also, I'm beginning to teach on empathyarchitects.live. I'm teaching the Salagi ways that come to me in the dream world, in the songs that are very different from these, that I've recorded 20 songs on YouTube, and I'm sharing the teachings that go with these songs in an hour and a half weekly session for a month. It's on Tuesdays beginning the 24th of January at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I would love for all of you to join. It's a payment supporting Four Worlds Indigenous University. If the payment is a problem, please let me know, and I'm happy to gift the class to anyone who needs me to. I'm very happy to do that. And you can send me questions on Messenger or email or however you need to. And so let's honor Grandma Grace and Grandpa Wallace Black Elk, Grandma Grace's gratitude song. Much love and gratitude to all of you. We'll put some links in the chat and hope to see you again 1st of February, if not before. So much love and gratitude in this beautiful spiritual community that we all create together. And Eileen, can you